Alrighty, welcome everybody back to the channel. I am going to load up Borderlands 3 for the first time. I'm very excited. I was going to wait for my friends, but I don't want to wait for them because they're not on yet. So, we're going to load up Borderlands 3. I've been very excited for this game for a long time, and even before it was announced. I mean, we knew Borderlands 3 was happening for a while, but I've wanted it for so long. And so, here we go. I don't know how I'm going to run this Let's Play because I don't want to just play this for like 40 minutes at a time and then put it down and wait for the next day and play it 40 minutes at a time and put it down and wait for the next day. So I think what I'm probably going to end up doing is binging it for a few hours and recording all of it and then chopping that up into episodes, kind of like I did for the Battlefront 2 campaign, the Battlefield 5 campaign. Ooh. This is my first time seeing all of this. Headset was a little loud. This may not even be the first episode of the Let's Play. I just wanted to at least get my first reactions to the intro and everything, the loading it up and all that. Hello, Claptrap. We have a new voice actor for Claptrap now. Is this the loading screen? Okay. I'm okay with this. I like the ever so slight change in graphical style that they've taken. Like, it still looks like Borderlands, but it's very high quality, and it almost has like a comic book kind of feel, which is really cool. But it still looks like that cel-shaded Borderlands that we all loved from 2009, 2008, 2009, when the first game came out. Holy crap, it's been 10 years. At least. That's crazy. Oh, here we go. Still feeling a little sick, but nothing will stop me from playing this game. Borderlands 3. Alright, let's press A. Let's do this. I'm so excited for this. I want all my friends to get online as soon as possible. I'm gonna turn on subtitles, and some displays have difficulty with darker areas of the scene. If you cannot see the symbols above, adjust the black until they are barely visible. I don't know how this is looking. Wow, you guys almost can't see that on the screen, huh? Wow, I'm gonna turn mine up a little bit. And brightness, I like to have a higher brightness, just so I can see things. So we're gonna go like that, I think. Alright. Wow, this is reminiscent of the first game, actually. But, like, in a good way. Let's see. Ooh. Okay, I guess we will... I want to go ahead and play. Let's just play. New game. Not doing split screen right now. Ooh. Huh. I guess we will go with normal difficulty. Yeah. And select group mode, cooperation or competition. Let's see, classic Borderlands. Discuss who gets loot ahead of time, or don't. Just vacuum all that loot and deny it existed in the first place. We don't judge. We also don't level balance in this mode. If you're level 20 and your level 5 friend joins your game, you better protect them, or don't. I'm gonna do this one in cooperation mode, because this is going to be my single-player thing.
So, you want to hear a story, huh? A tale of adventure across the stars. Come, listen to old Marcus. Have I got a story for you? My tale begins here, on this backwater planet called Pandora. Some say it is a wasteland of greed and violence, and it is. But if you've got skills to pay the bills, Pandora is full of opportunity. Vault hunters. They brave the merciless Borderlands in search of secret alien treasure. My father told me tales of vault hunting when I was but a little Marcus boy. And now, I tell you. So, you ask, what treasures do the vaults hide? Fame? Wealth? Power? Or maybe nonsense like charity or family. I don't know. Use your imagination. Whatever the prize, a Vault Hunter must have the determination to seize victory from the jealous hands of fate. Now, my story is about a very special band of Vault Hunters who have only just started their journey. They are bold and hungry. Maybe old Marcus tells you this story because they remind me of you. Just a little, don't let it go to your head. These new Vault Hunters are answering a siren's call. Her name is Lilith, and she is a hero, savior of Pandora a dozen times over. Lilith is recruiting a team to hunt for a map. A map that leads to vaults all over the galaxy. But she is not the only one. Dark forces have gripped the Borderlands. A new threat, unlike anything the galaxy has seen before. My story begins right here on Pandora, with our new Vault Hunters, their siren leader, and, most importantly, me.
So this is my friend Zach inviting me to a party, but I'm gonna wait a second. I thought that wasn't gonna be his hand.
Think like a soldier out on your own. Think like a hunter caught out in the cold. I'll take my chances, no cause for alarm. If I'm up in arms, then I'm conquered. Ain't none too bad, ain't none too strong, ain't none too dangerous to get where I want. I made a deal with glory, I made a pact with pride. I broke it down with honor, I put it on the line, I put it on the line. Keep fighting for the things that you love. Keep on fighting for the things that we trust. Everybody's got a lesson to learn. Everybody's got a fire to burn. And when it's all said and done, we don't run. When it's all said and done, we can't run. Oh, when it's all said and done, we don't run, we don't run, we don't. Ain't none too bad, ain't none too strong, ain't none too dangerous to get where I want. I made a deal with justice, I made a pact with pride. I made it all about honor, I put it on the line, 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 put it on the, I put it on the line, I put it on the line, I put it on the line, put it on the.
This siren has a very different feel to her in this game. She's more of a brute fighter than a careful tactician like Lilith and Maya were. But it's cool.
It's a beautiful day, full of opportunity. So, who's coming?
Alright, hold on here. Let me get Zach in the party now. I wanted to watch that intro cutscene. Hi. I was watching the intro cutscene for Borderlands.
I was gonna ask if you had tried it yet. I'm level 7. I was gonna play a lot last night, but then I fell asleep and then I shot back up today. I haven't made it very far.
I'm gonna go with Zane for the single player.
Yep.
I'm recording right now just to get my first impressions. Probably not episode 1, but just first impressions.
You picked a hell of a time to join the Crimson
I thought maybe we
Raiders.
live stream it.
What's that?
Yeah, yeah.
Good to see someone survive
I
the
thought
attack.
that there was a possibility we would
I'm
live stream.
Lilith,
I might.
leader of the Crimson Raiders.
I might wait until we have
And it's
everybody to
your
actually do that, though.
cult hunting for the vault map. You and I are gonna find it first. For now, my scout is waiting for you up ahead. Good luck.
Lady in my head.
Oh man, no spoilers, but
This is your stop, Vault.
pros and cons.
No time? Let's have some fun. Try to stay alive.
I mean, on the upside, I've already found my favorite gun in the game.
So far.
So far, I doubt it's gonna be topped. It's like that, it's equivalent
And
to,
welcome to
like, the one gun that
Pandora.
I'll have in my
You must
playthrough
be the new recruit. I am a CL4
that is, like, level 20, but I never get rid of it just because I have so many memories of it carrying me. It's this gun right now.
Raiders. What's your name?
Zane.
So
Zane
pretty.
Flint.
Thanks. I'll pre-order your tombstone just
It's
in
pretty
case.
because it's not,
Now,
like,
those jerks who tried to
a
murder you are
Borderlands
the
looking
children of
gun.
the vault.
When I
A
aim
bandit
down
vault who
sights,
followed
it's
their
iron
creepy
sights,
leaders with
and
blind
I can't
devotion.
flick to the
Which reminds me,
canted sight
if
that it
you're
has,
going
but
to
the
obey
canted
my
sight
every beck and
has a
call,
little holographic
you'll
display
need
of my
an echo
bullet count.
device.
But it looks like I'm just aiming down a standard, like, whatchamacallit,
The Echo 3.
like an
Slightly more
AK-47.
powerful than the Echo 2 and
In
twice
any
as
other game, this would have been the
expensive.
AK-47 with, like, the shape and everything.
Issue a spontaneous combustion.
My
So
bolts are
maybe then it goes
non-elemental,
as grenades.
so they just have, and it also, it's
Now
the first
listen
one to
up,
sound like an
recruit.
actual
Lilith
gun.
ordered us to take over a
So I
Children
feel
of
like I
the
kick
Vault
everyone's ass
propaganda
with it.
center. Time to show those culty
Like they're
weirdos
eating
that
bullets
no one
when they
messes
shoot me
with
with
the
their pea
Crimson
shooters.
Raiders. Follow me, recruit, to glory!
But yeah, all weapon manufacturers have, whatchamacallit, secondary buffs now. Like, they all have their main buff. Hyperion is more accurate, Vladoff has high fire rate, Jacobs does more damage.
Mm-hmm.
They all have secondary buffs as well. And Dank's already found, like, because Dank was playing this game, he's already found, like, some really cool equipment. Like, I found some equipment that was different from the first two games, and he's already found something that blew my mind a little bit. Just because it seems like it'd be a special ability, but it's just, you just find it in the world. There's also, like, a lot of new stuff in the game, like, as far as equipment is concerned. There's, and I haven't found anything, but there's new slots for equipment, next to guns, like, looking like attachments and everything.
I don't have any customizations yet. Ooh. This is very reminiscent of Borderlands 1, but like in a good way.
Isn't it? There's a lot of stuff I don't like about this game already, just in the aesthetic department, just because it takes so much from Borderlands 1 instead of 2, and I really like the aesthetic style of Borderlands 2, but they took a lot of the style of Borderlands 1 and captured it. It's a more modern version. It's a little bit, like, you could say, minimalist, like futuristic minimalist, but it's still reminiscent of the first game more than the second game.
I like it though. I mean, it looks. I mean,
I would prefer the second game. Oh yeah,
Well,
because I mean, I'm sure.
my thing with the second game, with
style
Borderlands
of
2, well, yeah, I like both. The thing about Borderlands 2 is that we had two games that use the same UI, which I got a little tired of looking at for that long. So I'm glad that it's different, but it still feels like Borderlands. What was it doing? Controls.
Yeah, the UI is still like the same UI, I think. I just wish it looked more like the Borderlands 2 UI. And like, you go through the menus and everything, all the menus sort of feel more like Borderlands 1, I think, personally, than Borderlands 2.
The entire mission is ruined! Think, Claptrap, think! You're brave and powerful, and people always do what you tell them to.
Of course, there are some sections and you're like, that's Borderlands 3 UI.
Recruit,
Like, that's just,
get that gate open.
it doesn't
That's an
compare.
order from your superior
Like, I'll say this, like, my new favorite, one of the cool new features is,
Don't get caught.
well, buildings are different in this game. Well, like, I'm talking about the map, by the way. When you look at the map, buildings I don't think are as outright noticeable as from Borderlands 2, where they have the lines. the lines of the buildings sort of blend in with all the other lines of the map for borders and everything. So it's kind of hard to distinguish where buildings are. But the cool part is that the maps are three-dimensional, and you can like fly your camera really low and close to them and see the different elevation throughout the map to see which spots are higher, which spots are lower. And you can actually see the different floors of buildings and the ramps that lead up to them. Which I gotta say will make it really fucking like, it's cool, but it's gotta really help when you're like stuck in a building or something, you don't know where to go. And you can literally just look at the map in 3 dimensions and find out where the connection is between the two paths.
Perfect. Once we complete our mission, Lilith has to promote me to Super General. Stand back!
Great. I'm sure there's some people on the moon who didn't hear that.
I like Zane already.
Super weird if something's not exploding.
Yeah, Zane seems pretty cool. Zane is gonna be like, the playthrough I had, like the 2 playthroughs I enjoyed the most on Borderlands 2 were Zero and Axton.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my 2 favorite playthroughs are gonna be Beastmaster and Zane. Even though, Maz is a little more, or Mozzie, or Mose, I think it's Mose. Even though Mose is a little more like Axton than he is, like she sort of fills the commando role.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to have more of the personality, like, because he would by category be Salvador, like the reincarnation of Salvador, and the reincarnation of Brick. He fills that role, but
Kind of, but I feel like Amara, aside from being a siren, Amara actually fills the brick role a little bit more, 'cause she's kind of a brawler.
Oh yeah, yeah, she really does. It's also cool because like I completely expected like a 180 with her character, where like, have you seen the reveal trailer for her?
For who?
Amara.
Yeah.
I was not expecting her to be, I'm a fucking billionaire superstar, rolling through the galaxy. I'm devoting my time to loyal fans and kicking ass. Like, I did not expect anything like that. I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't that. But I'm enjoying Beastmaster more than I thought I would. He really is the reincarnation of Zero, which I didn't know. I thought he would kind of be the reincarnation of Zero, but I didn't realize he was the sniper until his reveal trailer came out, and you could see him with the sniper. But he's got, like, he's got 3 abilities you can pick from. Like, you can choose what you want him to have for an ability, and you can swap between them without respecing. And he's got 3 possible pets that you can swap out at any time without having to respec. Because we're, you know, most of the time at the top of the tree, it's all the same ability.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's like this for the other characters too, but for him, it's like, I'm just weird to say it.
The aiming is a little strange.
Yeah, it is different. You get pretty used to it, I think. It's not what I think of in the at least.
Ow, ow, ow.
Didn't anyone teach you how to fight?
Heal your wounds, recruit!
He'll come to hate a few other things more than me.
I know Claptrap can be a little claptrap, but he's still one of us. We're gonna have to save him. I'll be there soon.
Please can I find like a stag pile? I need ammo. I need ammo. Yeah, so like one of the things I can do is sort of like a Wilhelm deal. I can send out 2 rats that hit targets. They don't stay around, they're just suicide bomber racks, but I get 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Then I've got a deception ability. I can cloak like Zero. I don't get revealed until after I fire 3 shots. It lasts for like 20 seconds. And when I fire those 3 shots, every single shot counts as a critical hit. And the shots ricochet into other enemies, which is basically Control-Alt-Delete on anyone I look at. And also the closest person to him. Because I pick up a sniper rifle, I hit him in the foot, it's a critical hit, and bounces to his friend and gives him a critical hit as well. And then my last ability is, I can summon a rift on an enemy. It's sort of like a phase lock type deal. Or it looks like a phase lock sort of, but my pet jumps through the rift. He gives radiation damage to all enemies in his AO. And then he also continually grows and deals more damage after the pet. And I have 3 different pets. One of them gives you increased melee speed, one of them gives you increased damage, and one of them heals you for like 1% of your max health every second.
Oh, I forgot I picked the harder difficulty. I need health. I need health right now. There's nothing behind me here to loot for health. Take one more shot, I'm gonna go down. Whew. There's a little bit of health. Some more health.
Singing songs about that one.
Oh, achievement? Yeah, barreled right over them. Kill an enemy with a barrel.
Yeah, I'm glad that they haven't lost their funny. I mean, I'm upset because there's certain characters already that I don't like right here, and I'm like, leave. But at least there's like funny dialogue and everything.
Oh yeah, it's Borderlands, so you have to expect some degree of that, at least.
To say that. The bad taste of pre-sequel will never wipe off my tongue.
There were funny moments in pre-sequel.
I don't remember them. I'm sure there were. I just don't remember them.
You also barely played pre-sequel.
Like
Did you ever even beat pre-sequel?
I think I did. I like to keep
Yeah,
pre-sequel.
you think you did. My point exactly.
I don't remember anything from the game. I walked around a moon, I think. Like I say, Tiny Teen is still the best DLC. I know that, like, pre-sequel might have been the most expansive, but I think Tiny Tina's DLC was the most innovative. And Hammerlocks looks better.
I know that you're calling Borderlands the pre-sequel a DLC because you know it ticks me off. But you know.
I didn't know it ticked you off.
Yeah, it's really effing annoying to me.
Oh well. Oops. Can I tell you some of the stuff I found in this game, or do you want no spoilers?
I don't want spoilers. I'm actually trying to play the first mission, and
I can't wait till you find some guns.
I've only found a couple so far. They look weird.
What brand?
Jacobs and something else, Vladoff.
Yeah, Vladoff is like, you'll get the hang of that one pretty quick, I think. Did you have tutorial active?
What do you mean tutorial?
Like it pulls up a little tutorial blip for you, like you can hold B while sprinting to slide. Like
I don't think
that.
I've had that active.
Well, hold B while, or press B while sprinting to slide.
I mean, I figured that out already, but I don't think it told me that. Is there barrels in here I can use in this game?
If you crouch in the air set, you can ground pound like you did in pre-sequel.
You can ground pound?
Yeah. The caveat, and this is really weird.
Don't seem to be able to do that.
You have to be higher than jumping height.
Oh.
But you only have to be 1 pixel higher than jumping height, which means if you're running across unlevel ground by even 1 degree, you can ground pound if you're going down that slope, but you can't ground pound if you're going up that slope. So there's times you're on flat ground and you can ground pound because there's just the most minuscule divot beneath you, and it technically counts you as being higher than jumping distance. It's weird. But typically they expect you to do off like buildings and everything.
Oop.
You can also do it if like you just time your jump correctly with the terrain around you.
Hey, action skill.
Enough fella, all things told. My kind of maniac.
Score 1 for the Crimson
Is that
Raiders.
that's what shotgun ammo looks like?
Also, skill trees have been redone a little bit. And
Yeah, I've seen that a little bit. They look really crazy compared to the last game.
Yeah, what have you seen that's different about this?
They're way more complicated, way more in-depth than they used to be.
Not really.
Like,
There
there's
are
so much
in
more.
depth, but I wouldn't say more complicated.
They're less linear. I mean, like I didn't mean necessarily
less
complicated
linear.
in a bad way, but like
Okay,
less
yeah.
linear.
They're a little bit less linear. Like you go through and you have to spec them into like 5 points here, 5 points here, 5 points here. But like basically every 5 levels you get a bonus, and you can activate that bonus, and you can have like 2 or 3 bonuses activated at once. So like one of my bonuses is that I changed something that I had. I had something that does fire damage. One of my bonuses is that once I hit level 5 in that skill tree, I can change that to cryo damage if I want. This one is no longer ends flak attacks at the cost of critical damage and fadeaway duration being reduced. So this one, if I hit level 5 in this tree, it's like 0 deception, but I won't lose deception if I fire a bullet. But the caveat is that I'm only cloaking for half the time I normally would, and all my crits do 50% damage. So it's like there's a lot more customization for like unique characters and everything like that. Because your unique character came from which trees you spec'd in from Borderlands 2, and that still holds up. It's which tree you're spec'ing to, but then it's what bonuses you pick from that tree that you want to use to enhance your playthrough. Which is pretty cool.
Let's see.
Dude, I'm so happy about Flak being the reincarnation of Zero, because halfway up one of my skill trees, like, you know sometimes there's a halfway skill you gotta cross?
Mm-hmm.
My halfway skill is Two Fang. Which is do you remember Two Fang?
Barely. Is that the one that makes you fire faster sometimes, or like sometimes it fires a second shot? Yeah.
Sometimes you fire a second bullet. My favorite skill for Zero, because it just skyrocketed your fire rate. But
Alright, so okay, so I could go with the Digiclone or the Sentinel with Barrier. I want the Digiclone. Yes. Press LB to activate it. Okay, cool. Zane can equip a second action skill in the grenade slot. Okay. Alright, can I do that yet, or do I need to... I probably need another skill point to do that, huh?
what?
To put a second skill point on for Zane, or a second action skill. And one more skill point, I assume.
I don't know what you mean by your second action skill.
Well, Zane can equip 2 action skills at once. But I think I need a skill point for each. So I'm only level 2, so I can't do that yet.
Oh, do you mean at the top of your tree how there's 2 of those things?
Yeah. Well,
I
there's
can
3 of
equip
them,
both
but
of mine with only 1 skill point. Oh, but yeah, maybe yours is different. Because we are different characters. Like for me at the top of the tree, one of them is my
Hello, Lilith.
LB, like which one I cast, and one of them is which pet I have equipped. And so
Yeah,
the
that's
pet
different.
doesn't cost a skill point. The pet is just what do I pick. And it's hard to pick because there's a gunslinger monkey, there's a fire ant, and there's
Spider Ant.
Dunico. I'm calling him
Not bad.
well, okay.
Well, the cult's
And then
destroyed
I'm calling
every
him
other Crimson
Dunico is the
Raider
other one.
stronghold.
I refuse to
That's all
call
I have
him
to do for now.
Mr.
what's your
Shred
name,
or whatever his
villain?
name is, like Mr. Bite. I don't know what his name
I'm
is. but
Zane.
His
You're the
name
lady
is
from my
Dunico.
brain.
Yeah, about that. Not the weirdest thing you're gonna see on Pandora. But seriously, thanks for answering my call. We might not have the numbers, but with a badass like you, we've got a fighting chance.
But yeah,
Welcome
the
to
only
Crimson Raiders.
like my biggest complaints come from like the game's
Pandora's a
UI.
dangerous place. That grenade
I mean,
pod will
I
come in
kind of
handy.
wish the
You
style
should
was more
equip it
reminiscent of
before we get
Borderlands 2.
started. Let me know when you're ready.
Just didn't like the whole like minimalist futurist kind of thing that you'll see going on, like when you fight Ben, it's like the health bar and everything. Which is a little gripe. It's not anything that I wouldn't play the game over, but the menus are slow. They're kind of like Halo Wars 2, Battlefield 5 broken, or Battlefield 1 broken, I guess.
I see what you mean. Like, they don't flick between the tabs super fast.
Yeah,
It's
and if you
just
press it
little
too many times
things.
at once, if you press it like 3 times, you can sit there for like 5 or 6
Mm.
seconds just waiting for it to decipher what you just put in.
I hope
Like
that
it's
gets
Morse code.
patched slightly or something. Like, that's probably just something they
Yeah.
can patch. But
I don't
hope
know,
they do.
because I think it has to do with the graphics. I think it has to do with like how they have the hues on the side, and they have to
little
overlay
extra
that,
boom
and it
never
slows
hurt
down
anyone.
the game too much. That's what I think it is at least. So I don't know if they can
Alright.
patch it, which makes me really scared. So I hope they can, because if not, it's gonna be horrible. Or like when you go to like swap out
More
your gun for something in your
COV. Let's see what you
backpack,
got,
like that's
recruit.
slow too. Like every time you press on the D-pad to swap between guns, there's delay, and that means if you press it too many times too quickly, unlike Borderlands 3, you just flick through and find what you want, it just chunks, and it doesn't know what you're asking for.
Ah. Lilith, are you helping me? This is like the first time you help Lilith in Borderlands 2. Just like, you can't really tell if she's actually helping or not. You just kind of hope she is. Ow. Jerks. Alright, that's not working.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Back to the... health. That's Lilith. Wait. Out of here, psychos. The hipfire reticle is interesting, how it's like a circle that expands.
Yeah. Which I do like. I think that's pretty cool because then it's... As it expands, you can see where your maximum accuracy is and where your accuracy is now that you've been firing.
Alright, we got a foothold. Maybe things are turning our way.
I think that's...
Which is
Killer, you're
you
with
know,
basically how crosshair reticles
it's
work
cool.
too. It's just easier to see with a
while
circle.
back we found a map. Led
Yeah.
vaults all
Oh
over
yeah,
the
and
world.
it also like
Dream
means
come
that
true,
you can
right?
see, instead of guessing like where it is inside those 4 lines your bullets are gonna
We got
land,
attacked,
you can see it
map
much more
lost.
accurately.
Because
Which I
it's
like.
the
I think
exact
it's
same
fine.
way
I
that,
just
that
don't
a
like the
crosshair works,
markers.
just easier to visualize, that's all. But yeah, it's nice.
I didn't know
Yeah, yeah,
Pandora was
yeah. No, it's the exact same thing as a standard crosshair. Like you said, like easier to visualize. But
Now,
the only thing I don't like
all
are the
under
hit
one
markers.
banner.
I like hit markers like this
The
in
children of the vault.
Apex Legends. I like them in
Right.
Rainbow Six
Come on,
Siege.
let's
I
take a
don't
look
think they
around.
work too well for
Their leaders are the Calypso.
Borderlands 3.
Their followers worship them like gods. They're convinced the map will lead them to something called the Great Vault. They've been
God, I can't wait till I
slaughtering
get more
anyone who
weapon
gets in their
slots.
way. We heard a rumor that a bandit clan found an alien artifact in the desert.
Was that TDR? Hell yeah, that looks like a TDR to me. I used to hate you, TDR, but you're getting on my good side with this game.
Not gonna keep a
Holy
siren out,
shit.
though.
Why are her tattoos glowing the whole time? Because I thought that only happened when she actually used her powers.
I'll stand guard.
Yeah, you do that, Claptrap.
Dude,
Oh good, I can actually shoot him and my bullets don't just phase through him like he's not there.
holy Christ.
Shiv's Sanctum, huh?
What do we have here?
Damn, this mini boss really came at me. He didn't know how to TDR. That was his mistake. Oh god, TDR out of ammo. Oh god. Oh god.
Oops.
This is... It's to be expected, but it's not any better.
The map. I knew it. We have to
I'm
get
gonna
them
need
to
the
Sun
Vlad
Smashers.
off that I like, and I'm gonna need that snipper that I like. Doll sniper, hell yeah.
I'm really glad. This is like a small quality of life change, but I'm really glad you can like automatically loot ammo and stuff out of boxes when you open them.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
just-
sort of
it's such a
different,
time
like, I kinda like
save.
holding X to pick it up, but it
I mean,
such a
there
time
is that
save.
classic-
My
there's
quality
that-
aspect.
There's that classic kind of tactile feel of like grabbing things yourself, but also yeah, it is just it's so
Yeah.
much
And
faster.
it sort of feels like I don't know what I'm grabbing. Like, I don't know if I got shotgun ammo. I don't know if I got this kind of ammo. It's all gone. But it is way faster. Because all you do is run by boxes, press X, and keep running, and you have ammo. But that's the thing about Borderlands 3, is where it takes... sometimes I think it tried to fix things that weren't broken. And that kind of upsets me. But they make up for it in all the quality of life changes they made. Like having freaking, like ammo dump vending machines. You don't have to open them to refill your ammo. You just press Y, and it refills
That's
all
nice.
your ammo. Yeah, like just the little quality of life things. And there's another thing they added too that was super cool that I can't remember now. There's a ton of little things that make the game easier.
I'm gonna set up camp and gather some intel on the Calypsos. Find a Sun Smasher war chief and do whatever
Well,
it takes
fucking
to get that
Christ.
map.
What is
You
this?
guys got this.
Why would I need this?
I'm gonna
Borderlands, Gearbox, this is absurd. Don't... What do you want from me?
What are you complaining about now?
I'm not complaining, but I have a. Can I tell you what this gun does, or you not want to know what this gun does? It's a random drop, by the way. It's not like a mission weapon. It's something I found off a corpse. It's green rarity. Do you want to know what this gun does?
What's it do?
Sniper rifle, but it changes firing modes into an RPG.
That's interesting. What brand is that?
Have you tried out your Vladoff? Have you tried your pistol yet? You know your pistol fires rockets, right? Like the pistol you pick at the beginning of the game.
Yep.
Okay,
Claptrap
yeah,
tells
like
you that it has like an alternate fire mode.
Yep. A lot of guns do that in this game.
So sorry, what brand was that sniper rifle again?
Vladoff.
Oh, huh.
That's your starting pistol. I think it might be the Vladoff trait is like you change your firing. Because Dahl's new change is that you can pick between, or at least one other change. I won't tell you the other ones, but one of the changes is you can pick
I want to
between,
try all the
two firing modes.
guns.
So some guns are full auto and they change to a 4-round burst, and some guns are 3-round burst or semi-auto. Like they have 2 firing modes, and it could be a burst and a single shot, or a burst and a full auto, or a single shot and a full auto. Dahl has 2 of the 3 firing modes active on any gun. But I have like a Vladoff pistol, and I don't get why you wouldn't use the second option. But I have the option to fire, and because both barrels do. But I mean, one barrel, or to fire it with 2 barrels. I do twice as much damage with the 2 barrels, and I empty my mag twice as quickly. But I don't see a problem with that, because that's just more bullets. I don't see why I'd use the first barrel, but there's a lot of...
Oh, I like... This is cool. So I'm looking at an ammo vendor right now, and it's like, as I look at the vendor... Well, I like the way it like cycles through stuff. That's cool. But also, yeah, that just looks really visually appealing. Also, he's like holding his echo, and like when you move up and down, he like toggles it on his echo. Like he's actually using the echo to communicate with the machine. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
That's the power of the FJ3, baby.
That's awesome. It just looks nice, you know. Again, it's just little stuff that makes me smile.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in this game, I will say. It's really fucking cool. There's a lot of, like, Malawan's new thing is, like, they can swap between corrosive elements. Or not corrosive, they can swap. Like,
they have 2 elements, yeah.
Fire or corrosive.
I guess the cars are not up yet. I gotta wait on that.
So it doesn't play by the rule by one manufacturer, and then gets the equipment bonus of a different manufacturer. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, is that a gun? It is a gun. It's a shotgun. It's a first guns.
A new Jacobs.
Scatterguns from Borderlands 1. Borderlands 1. There were shotguns called scatterguns. Low accuracy, high damage shotguns. So you gotta get real close, but if you manage to hit most of your pellets, it's really gonna hurt. Well, that's how it was in Borderlands 1 anyways. Ah. Get out of here. Ooh, it has a bayonet. I didn't even notice.
A really deadly combination. Flat with any gun.
Can I jump on an enemy to kill him, like Borderlands 1? Yes, I can! Is there an achievement for it?
Damage?
You're really hard to hear. You're lagging and stuff. As usual. Where's the one that's down? There's one that's really low on health. I'm gonna jump on it and kill it. Yes, I get it. Is there an achievement for it? I'm gonna find out. I don't think there is. Why isn't there an achievement for jumping on an enemy and killing him? Come on. You can't just look like Borderlands 1 and not have that achievement in the game. I really suck at jumping on this guy, apparently. There we go. I did it again. No achievement. That sucks. The Skags sound very different. They move differently and everything, but I kind of like it. Again, it's a change of pace from seeing like the same thing for a couple games, which is what I wanted. Like, the biggest thing I wanted from Borderlands 3 was to not look like Borderlands 2 in terms of the guns, just the style of it. Like, I'm glad it looks like Borderlands, but it's different, you know?
I don't care if the guns look different, but I wish the aesthetic was like Borderlands 2, like the menus and everything. The way that like I'm kind of looking forward to having both. I do like the way this looks now. It was drawing for me at first, but I do like it now. But there's still one or two things where I'm like, Borderlands 2 kind of would have to keep. But I've warmed up to a lot of the something I've liked from the beginning is the circular reticle. I think that helps a lot.
Yeah.
Just because you can see the corner.
I love that you can like mantle on things now. Ooh, that's a good shield. Oh, these are.
But like one of the things are the ultimate hits.
Oh yeah. I saw them in the trailer and I was like, why do their heads look so weird?
Yeah, it's all of them, by the way.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
They all got that same head. It's the midget staff.
That one is worse.
This game looks so much like Borderlands 1, I think. I also miss the jumping. You don't have fucking.
You miss the what?
Anymore. You can't jump like 40 feet in the air.
Oh yeah, but it does feel like there's
Like how you could jump 40 feet in the air in Borderlands 2.
It does feel like there's like low gravity or something though. Like it feels like you kind of float a little bit. Also, destructible cover, very nice.
Yeah,
just a nice touch.
It's like it's weird how you have the same amount. You don't jump as high, but you have the same amount of air time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, some cover is destructible, and there's also
Ooh, do I
like
have
you can
impact grenades? I didn't even notice.
When you jump now, like if there's a ledge that's just above your jumping height.
What is? Do I have?
I think the biggest the game has been TDR,
Oh
honestly.
yeah. I haven't. I've only found that Vladoff that I started with, and then a whole bunch of Jacobs. That's all I got so far. There's a gun back here somewhere. That's a Jacobs again. Critical hits ricochet one bullet nearest enemy.
Which is like the only Jacobs. Yep, that's the only bonus I've gotten. But I know that some manufacturers have more than one bonus.
Ow! Just threw a grenade at myself.
Like, not all TDRs are created equal, I'll say that.
Bouncy longbow, don't want it.
When we do format playthrough, I want specific type of TDR.
I can't. I can barely hear you. You said when we do our 4-man playthrough, you want a what?
I want us to all use TDRs. A very specific TDR.
Jeez.
You know how they had the leg gun in the trailer?
Yeah. Yeah, the gun with legs.
They're not. Yeah, I was afraid that would just be like a mission get. It's just it's an RNG drop.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
It's like not any, but like it's a random drop.
I knew that. You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Dude, I've used them. I don't know if they're effective, but I know. Listen, I don't know if they're effective, but they won't. And once they run out of ammo, they TDR explode on the target by jumping to that. But if you throw them on walls or ceilings, then block. They just stick like an accident for it. It's fucking awesome. And I want to do a playthrough where we all go up to a boss with that gun and we just fucking like as many as you can throw before they come out. How many of those do you have? Like you only have time. So you can just. I want to see like 80 of those suckers running around at a boss. It's so funny. But I found more effective TDRs that warm my heart because I feel like they're gonna make a difference in the way I play the game.
Oops. Oh god. There's a grenade right next to me, I didn't notice. Badass Tink. Okay. It's for you. Oh god, he's got a badass assault rifle that I don't have anything equivalent to. Run away. Where is he? There he is.
Yeah, what have you found? Or like, where
bunch of Jacobs pistols and a couple. I'm level 3. I'm doing from the ground up. Find the Sun Smasher Chief. Where is my...
Sun Smasher Chief. Okay, yeah, I know where you are.
And the shotgun with a magazine, please, so I get more than one shot. There we go. Alright, now I got some range. Can I not? I guess that helmet's keeping me... Just gonna hang out with my non-sniper rifle pistol. That is basically a sniper. The closest thing I have.
Flags has got an egg.
It's got a scope on it. It's got a pretty good scope on it, and it's pretty accurate. It's the closest thing I have to a long-range weapon.
That's what I had. I used that too.
I wonder if the first couple of guns are always the same for everybody, because that's how it was in Borderlands 1. Like, the first couple of guns, literally the first two guns you get out of the first chest are the same no matter which playthrough you're on or whatever. So,
Yeah,
that
it
might be the case here.
And certainly in Borderlands 2, the guns weren't all the same, but like.
But they
you'll
were
find
very,
two
very
of the
similar.
Same named guns, like if you go to the beginning, you can absolutely find two guns that drop in the beginning with the same name, and they might not have one that might have like one less magazine size, but
right, like
they have the exact. They limit the amount of the amount of
like
parts,
Claptrap's first like the gun that he gives you is always like a dull pistol, completely different dull pistol. I just found an electric.
Even guns like off of like the enemy.
Green
like
shotgun.
Guns dropping off bandits and dropping off of bully
shooting
mons.
me.
The guns that drop off bully mons are still randomized, but they're randomized with a very limited set. Like I've gone through that and found two of the same gun before getting out of second set.
The enemies are much more varied than in Borderlands 2 or pre-sequel, or well, any other Borderlands for that matter. Like even the bandits have way more variation to them, which is cool.
Variation in playstyle.
Well, they like in appearance and everything. They look different, you know.
Oh yeah,
like,
appearance definitely. Because I think they've sort of.
Because like in Borderlands 2, for example, every
badass marauder.
Yeah. So like in Borderlands 2, every single bandit marauder looks exactly the same as every other bandit marauder, for example.
Right.
And that's like not the case here.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah, so I'd say like gameplay-wise, they've not changed a whole lot in terms of bandits, except that they can have I think a wider range of guns, but at least that I've thought. Or no, maybe it's just that different guns are more easily distinguished. But certainly the cosmetics are different. And there's also female bandits, which is really weird to see, just because they were all like even marauders would be different, but all the marauders would be guys. They'd wear like blue or green, or they'd have a different type of helmet. But no, there's just some that are girls now, and it's a little bit jarring just because I don't expect it. I'm like, what are you doing here in the wasteland? You're not supposed to be here. It's supposed to be hunting dudes.
5 underbarrel zip rockets.
It's one of those things that you notice.
Ooh.
It's weird when I notice like a psycho wearing a towel across his chest. I wasn't expecting it, and then I realized that it wasn't a guy. Well, that's different.
It's more accurate. It has better handling. Reload time is a little faster. Well, reload time is way faster, and the fire rate is a little higher. I'm gonna go with that one. Ooh. Already the green rarity shotgun looks much better. Like it looks like less shit than the white rarity. It just looks like a better gun, better made. Which is true for Borderlands 2 as well. But
I was running around at night, but this gun has like a brown and gold tiger print.
Oh yeah,
it's really fucking cool. I thought it was I thought it was black steel. Like I thought the whole thing was like black steel.
Think this is gonna keep me out? I'm a freaking gamer. I'm gonna get on top of this roof. Yeah, that's what I thought. I bet they want me to get up here. I bet there's loot up here. Yep. Ooh, that's loot. Boom. Is there fall damage in this game? I assume not, but...
No, there's not.
Okay, I didn't think so. Ooh, is that a weapon chest down there? That one might be a weapon chest. I need to go investigate. No, it's not. Dang
you
it.
guys seem like you want some grenades.
Which way are we headed? Not that way. Going back this way. Oh my god, I just want to play this, like, forever. And the conundrum is, like, I want to play it...
To never get bad.
I want to play it non-stop, but I also want to record my like the blind playthrough of it, because like you only get one shot at recording a blind playthrough. But
Right.
I don't know, man.
Fucking Christ. Why is this a thing?
I need to spend my other skill point
This
here.
isn't normal.
Uh-huh.
Yo, you got sniper ammo? I want to fire more rockets. Rockets now consume sniper ammo. Thanks, game. I don't actually mean that. There's still rocket ammo. I'm just saying because like this sniper doubles as a rocket,
I'm gonna take the drone.
but it costs sniper ammo to fire it. Oh, there's a lot more explodey. Killing an enemy with a headshot blows him up. I don't remember that from Borderlands 2, but maybe I'm just wrong. It's weird because I only spent like 7 in-game days, or 7 out external days in that game, but hundreds
I
of
don't
hours,
know. I think I don't remember if that happened actually. I know it did in Borderlands
I think
1.
it's
So like if you
conditional,
had
like,
if you had a really strong sniper rifle in Borderlands 1 and you shot a bandit in the head, their head would literally their whole body would just explode because you did that much
that
damage
happens
in one
to
shot.
me, but it feels like with any
Oh,
critical. Maybe it's only
Hi,
because I've been
Vaughn.
using powerful guns is critical, but yeah, that's the guy I'm upset with being here, just because I don't really like him.
Yo, little help.
But hey, that DLC they pushed for Borderlands. Sorry, wait, I'll wait.
Shoot me down, will ya?
Bandit life.
Not like this.
There you go, Vaughn.
Yeah, is Vaughn done talking? A rare
Not yet.
occurrence, but is he done talking? Yeah, exactly.
Feet work good. Nice to meet you. Hey, thanks. If you hadn't come along, I might be dead. So, what are you doing here? I'm working with the Crimson Raiders. Lila sent me to find some nonsense. I assume there's a reward. You're with the Firehawk? Oh man, I used to run with Lilith back in the day. But, you know, now I'm a bandit ward chief. Go Sun Smashers. I mean, I used to be a ward chief. Until, you know, my clan found that stupid alien junk. I warned them not to mess with that crap. But what do? They tie me up and they take it to the Calypso twins. Not cool, bro.
I picked a good time to get a headset with bass boost.
Well, we should probably get out of here before the COV comes.
Yeah, right.
So, where are Lilith and the Raiders hanging these days?
Yeah, so
Former COV
I hate Vaughn
propaganda
the way
center.
most people hate
It's
Claptrap.
under new management.
He
I
annoys
killed
the
them
shit
all.
out of me, and I can't.
Now we're
There's
talking.
quests I won't do
Come on,
because
let's
he
get outta
assigned
here.
them, and I don't want to listen to
I'll
him
lead the
talk
way,
anymore.
even though I'm totally unarmed. Can't let them know you're afraid and totally defenseless, bro. Bandit life!
So it's weird because Claptrap's voice is deeper now.
It's not yeah, it's a different voice actor altogether.
Oh really?
Ooh, sniper. Yeah, so you must not have heard about that whole controversy then.
No, I didn't know it was a different voice actor. I thought it was just Oh, I remember now where they just didn't tell the guy apparently.
No, that was for
Or
Reese.
they didn't tell
That
him.
was for Reese.
Okay.
The Claptrap story is a little different. I don't have all the details, but the short version is David Eddings, who used to work at Gearbox, was doing Claptrap's voice for free, and this when they wanted him to do it, reportedly, and there's a lot of conflicting reports. Reportedly, he
Right,
wanted to
that's
actually
correct.
get paid for this time around. But they apparently they didn't want to pay him to do it or something, and so he didn't do it. And like, I don't know, there was this personal back and forth between Randy Pitchford and David Eddings on Twitter and blah blah blah, and then just making personal attacks against each other, and I don't know, it turned into a whole bunch of drama. Point is, David Eddings is out, new guy's in. Claptrap is different now, so that's the short version.
You think they'd modify his voice
You
more to
took
match
over
the
that
original
COV
Claptrap though?
propaganda
Eh,
center all by
I
your
wouldn't.
little self? They have me outnumbered 20 to 1. Bad odds for them. I am impressed. The ball totally trashed my camp. Like, that is not where that bloody skull should be.
Oh,
It is
Gun, I don't
completely
ever
ruining
want
the
you
vibe.
to go bad, so I have
know
to
a shortcut.
retire you.
This
Please
way.
don't do that, Gun. I love you too much.
Keep moving, Dawn. Keep moving.
I fucking hate Vaughn.
It's most annoying. One of the most annoying things in video
I was
games
gonna
is
say-
when you're following an AI and they don't move. Go.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that the Borderlands 2 DLC makes a lot more sense now, where they had Vaughn in it. Because I'm like, oh, they brought back Vaughn, but it's like, oh, they needed to do that so that people who jumped from 2 to 3 without playing Tales of the Borderlands knew who Vaughn was in some capacity.
Not something I'm gonna use on a skag.
I think that's why they pushed that. Not only to get people hyped, but it was also to make sure that people understood who Vaughn was. Because not
Well,
everyone
just
played
that, and to
Borderlands.
give, not only that, but just to give a little more context to Vaughn.
Yeah.
Don't fail me now, Red Bar X 2000s.
Ooh, I like this Vladoff that fires like a taser. Ow, it hurts me too, though. Ow.
Didn't anyone teach you how
Nope.
to fight?
I have not seen that. That's news to me.
I found 2 of them already.
I find
Yeah,
that
like
out
it
that-
fires a taser at the ground and it stops all the enemies in their tracks and shocks them for like 7 seconds. It's actually really useful. I just disabled like 4 skags at once with it.
Oh god. This is... Okay.
Hey, level 4. There's so much
So
loot.
your vehicle choice really matters, man.
I'm sorry, what? Your what?
Your vehicle choice.
Vehicle choice? Okay.
Unless this is a one-off vehicle.
Oh, 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 ah, ah.
But like, this one is so slow, but I imagine it does a shit ton of damage.
That's a badass shock skag. Ah, there we go. Got it. Boy, having the clone and the drone is awesome.
We get a drone?
Yeah, that's one of Zane's action skills. One of them is a drone, one of them is a digiclone that he can teleport and trade places with, and the third is a barrier that gets a whole bunch of upgrades and stuff as you go on.
That explains a lot from his cutscene about how his drone was firing and everything, even though it was a hologram. You would just swap places with it.
What is that? Oh, it's a Hyperion
I'm
shotgun.
sure Lilith will be glad to see me. We're tight, bro. Super tight. Like, bro tight.
Huh. Well, it has more magazine size and more damage, so this does not look like what I imagine a shotgun would look like.
Bones. Or maybe that's just the
They
harsh
took out
desert
power
wind in my bare
sliding, by the
sun-dappled
way.
chest.
Did they? It surprises me.
Yeah. They still got boost, but there's no power slide.
Double barrel, it's a scattergun, stagecoach. 3 times 14, so it only has 3 pellets, huh? No, it has 14 pellets that do 3 damage each. Interesting.
Fortified, well ventilated. You know, throw some bloody skulls up on the walls. You got yourself a nice, cozy place here, friend.
Vaughn? What the hell are you?
Oh, I have skill points. Yay. Okay, so, whenever one or more of Zane's actions are active, he gains increased gun damage for each active skill. Ooh. Ooh. These trees are really built for like working together. Like I'm in one skill tree for the digiclone, but two of the 3 skills in the top row are about buffing not just the digiclone but all action skills.
Yeah, they really are meant to be symbiotic, I think.
Like that's cool.
Well, sometimes. I mean, there's also a lot of things in here where, like, I could cross-contaminate, but it wouldn't suit well because they wouldn't stack with each other. Like, I have to stick to the same tree sometimes for later on skills. But,
What are you doing here?
Hey, Lilith! Former war chief of the Sun Smashers reporting for duty! Go Crimson Raiders!
Good to see you, Vaughn. The Raiders will take all the help we can get. So,
it's
Vault
kind of
Hunter,
dumb,
did you find the
but
map?
getting this new game, like, since playing this, it just made me want to go back and play more Borderlands 2.
The hell's wrong with you?
I like Borderlands 2 a lot. It
You
is
have a problem.
so good.
I mean, it's good, but new
No, it's
Borderlands.
just that. But it's that's how good Borderlands 2 is in my opinion, is that it's still on par, if not better than this one. And I've played it too many times to stop having fun, because I just speedrun it now. But it's still enjoy it. It's so Borderlands 2 is so good.
And you almost didn't play it, and I told you to get it, and now it's like your favorite game of all
Yup.
time.
Oh yeah, it's up there. It's like 4th most important game in my life. It only comes behind like Reach, Desert
Rallycross
Storm, and
Challenge.
Sport Challenge.
Yeah, Rally Short Challenge.
Yeah. And Mech Assault has to be like number 5. It's hard. Maybe Borderlands has to be number 5, just because Reach has to be above Borderlands. I'm sorry, Borderlands, but Reach is super influential, and then the holy trinity of Mech Assault, Desert Storm, and Rally Sport Challenge.
Well, that is an hour of my first impression, so I'm going to stop the recording there, and I'm going to keep playing this. So there's that. This is
like
definitely not
first
episode
impression
1. That's all right. I mean, we're both giving our first impressions, which is, valuable. So this is not episode 1 of the Let's Play, but this is the first impressions. So thanks everybody for checking it out. I'm going to keep playing, and I'll have episode 1 recorded and ready for tomorrow. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.